Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Special thanks to Skylar Cole for that lovely performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back, folks. And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. And on tap tonight, it's the Denver Nuggets going up against the Chicago Bulls. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. And now the opening lineup for Chicago. They've got Luka Doncic, Chet Holmgren out there with Klingon, and it's Van Horn in at the 3 slot. And for Denver, Clint Capella out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Ball in at the point. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Now here's Bridges. To the inside. And it's James with the jam.
Roll back that clock. LeBron, the king, still reigns.
To the paint. Here's Holmgren. From down in the low post, it goes.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Pass to Capella. Outside Butler. Shoots over Holmgren. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Now, here is James. Here's Butler. Shoots from the line. It's hauled in by Van Horn.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Yeah, from a tough spot on the floor, Luka's shooting ability on display right there.
Here's Butler, following the bucket by the Bulls. Back to James. Ball stolen. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Doncic with the bucket.
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
And here's Bridges. To the middle. Here's Capella. And the slam dunk by Capella.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Pass to Klingon. Down low. Here's Van Horn. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from James. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he is still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
Here's Butler. Here's Capella. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And in terms of wings, Butler is one of the best passers. And that starts with Jimmy's team-first mindset.
Doncic passes to Holmgren, and it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Looking at last year, here were the players that led the way in terms of overall scoring. Number 1, Luka Doncic.
For him, it was a season to remember. And I think his fans would say the same.
Van Horn to pass to Doncic. Here's Kittles. Here's Van Horn. 6 on the shot clock. Poked loose. Doncic with it.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
Now here's Capella. Defense is right there. That gives them the lead. James has got 5.
When you're guarding LeBron, you have to give him something. So the King, well, he'll take a three-point basket.
Here's Doncic. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Mikal Bridges.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Can't get the first one. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And when we talk about franchise players, guys who can carry a team, Luka Doncic is one of the few guys in that category.
Now here's Capella. Inside. It's stolen by Doncic. Here's Van Horn. Check by James. Van Horn to pass to Holmgren. To the inside. Kittle. And he jams it home with authority.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. James, right side. Pass to Capella. And here's Bridges. James, right side. Double team on James. Clock at 6. Ball outside. For 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. So they take the lead.
Oh, incredible! Save that one. I want to watch it again.
Awesome! And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Denver. They trail by 1. Back to Bridges. Out to James. The wide open shot is on the money. James has got 7 points in the game. Here's Doncic. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the night. That's good from Capella.
They're one of the best rim runners in the game. Capella is underappreciated at times because he doesn't fit the mold of the modern big. But he rebounds, defends, and takes shots he knows he can make.
Now here's Holmgren. Pass to Kittles. 6 to shoot. The 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Ball outside. Now, here is James. Off target from outside. Filipowski to pass to Doncic. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And you can't let Doncic get this type of positioning because then you're pretty much forced to foul him.
Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That's good from Doncic.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
And a new group getting ready for the Nuggets. Yurt Sevens checked in for Clint Capella. Looney comes in for Butler. Caldwell Pope's checked in for LeBron. And Ellis is subbed in for Ball. Doncic hits them both. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 11 so far. Now a timeout called by Denver. And with this break, a chance to see the best passers in the league from last season. Second, Luka Doncic. And, of course, LeBron James.
And you got to give credit to how both of these guys see the floor. They are all about moving the rock and trying to set their guys up. This is why their teammates love playing with them.
Caldwell Pope, the pass to Bridges. Clock at 6. Pass to Ellis. Fires, top of the key. Chicago with a rebound.
Normally he drains that.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Denver. I asked him if he thinks anyone has a better feel for the game than Luka Doncic, and he told me, I don't want to get into a comparison, but what I can say is that he controls the pace like no one else. You can't speed him up, you can't slow him down. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Bridges passes to Ellis. Here's your 7. Three-pointer, Bridges. Snow grabs the board. Chicago's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Greg.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Now here's Bridges. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Looney. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And Denver making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Bulls leading by 3. Here's Snow. Doncic up top. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
A minute 53 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Ellis. DiVincenzo on the wing. Down low. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A minute 37 left in the first quarter. Ellis passes to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. To win the cold spell. Buries it from 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Chicago leading by 3. Here's Snow. Still without a bucket. From deep, here's Doncic. Rebounded by Denver.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pass to your 7. Up top, DiVincenzo fires the 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Chicago has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start, and is blocked. DiVincenzo against Anthony. Out to the right wing. Ellis passes to Caldwell Pope. To the paint.
No debate there. He got hammered.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. He misses the free throw. Good on the second one. Chicago leading. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Anthony feeling it out a bit. Holmgren with a screen on DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, count it.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Here's Ellis. No points so far. And this will be his third and fourth free throws of the game here. And he knocks down the first one. The Bulls making a switch here. Both good from the line that time. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That one doesn't drop. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for the Bulls. Absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And for Chicago, let's take a look. We've got Klingon, Filipowski out there with Anthony. And it's Van Horn in at the 3. Now here's Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. They set the pick. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
That's good from Butler.
And at this point of his career, Butler wants to win. And boy, does he ramp up his performance in the playoffs, especially in recent years.
That one drops. He ties it up. Chicago shooting a nice 50% for the game. Anthony in the post. He's guarded by Bridges.
Yeah, great timing on the denial by Capella. Able to get a piece of the ball on that one.
James, left side. And there's Bridges. That's good. On the assist by James. Bridges has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Anthony. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's on Mikal Bridges. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Denver.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And we got to also mention their intensity on defense so far. I mean, the number of steals they've collected has been substantial.
That one misses. And he sinks the second. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Butler. Back to James. Jacks up a three. Snow grabs the board. Chicago trailing here. To the middle. Here's Klingon. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. Denver has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. James passes to Butler. Bridges outside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Well, Richard, he's the Iron Man of the NBA right now. Mikal Bridges takes pride in being available on a nightly basis.
We've all heard it before. The best ability is availability. And Bridges does whatever it takes to not miss games. More teams need to take this mindset.
That one's off.
Since being given more responsibility, Bridges has really blossomed and wants to continue getting better.
Chicago making a switch here. Doncic checked in. And he's good on the second. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now a look back at last year's top shooting teams in the NBA. Fourth, Denver.
They were so consistent with their shooting. Maybe not lights out, but they played smart and didn't let good looks go to waste.
And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Pass to Kittles. Back to Doncic. To the inside. Capella with the defensive effort. The Nuggets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Back to James. Bridges outside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James.
There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Back to Doncic. Uncovered. Rebounded by Denver. Capella's got 4 rebounds now. Denver in the lead. They're running. Here's James. And buries the jumper to finish off the break. James has got 9.
Yo, watch out. LeBron James on the break, honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. Just get out of the way.
Here's Kittles. Check by James. Bridges against Doncic. 5 to shoot. Luka shows how to fend off contact.
So creative on the attack. I like whenever Doncic knifes inside and looks to score.
Bridges outside. Drills it from deep. Bridges has got 7 points for the quarter.
After failing to knock down anything from deep in the first quarter, he's got 2 to go here in the second.
Pass to Kittles. Here's Van Horn. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Van Horn's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Butler. Bridges outside. Up and over Doncic. Bridges misses.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's Klingon. And a two-handed jam.
Yeah, be careful. Klingon kid bring down the house.
James passes to Capella. Back to James. Oh, they pick off the pass. Here's Snow. Hounded by Ball. Doncic outside. From 12 feet. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Here's Butler. Oh, Butler. Strong move.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Launches it from deep. The offensive rebound. A nice shot by Klingon.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Butler passes to Capella. And here's James. And it's off from three-point range.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
And it's blocked by Butler.
An outstanding defender. Butler uses his size and length well to swat shots.
Now James. He's got 9 from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Van Horn. Van Horn's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Here's Snow. Still no points. Inside. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up. Now here's Bridges. Ball outside. From the arc. Gets the three to fall. Ball's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Pass to Van Horn. Here's Snow. Hounded by Ball. Now here's Doncic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Here's Van Horn. 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. James with a steal. Here's Capella. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Capella's got 9.
And that's the thing. That's why he's going to be top 5 all-time in assists. LeBron James just drops dimes.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. A different look for Denver. Yurt Sevens checked in for Capella. Caldwell Pope comes in for LeBron. And it's DiVincenzo in for Bridges. Filipowski, he's checked in for Chicago. Chet Holmgren comes in for Doncic. Here's Snow. He's scoreless. Holmgren with a screen on Ball. Here's Snow. Tipped.
And blocks like this fire Ball's team up. They love watching him show some force on defense.
Ooh, ripped away. Here's Van Horn. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And after struggling out the gate, he's looked more confident. And it's why his teammates have continued to feed him.
Anthony's checked in for Chicago. Nuggets trail by 3. Yurt 7, a screen on Holmgren. Down low. And that one is stuffed right through.
Selfless play by Butler. Using the pick and roll to move the defense and get his guy a good look.
Anthony against Ball. They set the pick to the middle. Here's Filipowski. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Pass to Yurt 7. Outside, Caldwell Pope. There's the triple. Anthony grabs the board.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Inside. Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. 5th, Chet Holmgren.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
First free throw is good. He does not get the second one. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 4-point game. Pass to Yurtseven. Ball outside. Butler, a screen on Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Butler. The three. The three. Dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
Nice shot from Butler, making himself a threat from downtown.
Anthony outside. There's a screen. To the inside, Filipowski. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Now here's Butler. 7 points in the game. Chicago with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Filipowski, the pass to Anthony. Fires the three, and that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Chicago ahead, up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome to our halftime show. Some excellent basketball so far with Denver in a close game.
A few things for them to focus on: more presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
Taking a look here at Chicago, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes, everything in preparation for this moment.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. 3-point lead. Ball is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's James. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Butler in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pass to Kittles. Shoots over Bridges. Here's Klingon. Kicks it to Doncic. Second chance shot. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
And off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Out to Bridges for the tie. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Is it possible to rest too much? Because he hasn't been able to get into a groove since coming back in.
Pass to Holmgren. Out left to the wing. Here's Van Horn. From deep, here's Doncic. Again, Doncic missing.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
James deciding where to go with it. Back to Butler. Shoots over Holmgren. Holmgren with the block.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
Kittles passes to Doncic. Here's Van Horn. Puts up a deep three. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
James up top. 9 points in the game. Lets a floater go. Oh, LeBron sending it home.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
It's a slugfest. Maybe not the prettiest game we've seen, but sometimes the best wins are the ugly ones.
Pass to Kittles. And again, Chicago, no good. For Denver, they've gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. And here's Bridges. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got his 3rd assist of the night. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants to review the game plan. Looney's checked in for Denver. Chicago has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Pass to Van Horn. And he lobs it up to the rim. Stolen by Capella. And they're on the run. The three from Ball. And again, Denver with a three.
Love whenever Ball is assertive like this. This is how dangerous he can be on offense.
Here's Klingon. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. To the paint. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Pass to Looney. Back to ball. Down low. Deflects the pass. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Doncic. Got a hand on it. And here's Ball. He's got 6. And the slam dunk by Capella. And that's a double-double for him now.
A threat to hammer home the alley-oop. Capella, his timing on these plays is tremendous.
Here's Snow. No points yet. Pass to Van Horn. Now here's Doncic. 5 to shoot. To the wing on the left. Van Horn's shot is good.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Ball outside. Screen by James. He shoots it. Ball no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Pass to Holmgren. And the ball out of play. The Nuggets will have it.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
Ellis is checked in for Ball. Filipowski, he's checked in for Chicago. Anthony comes in for Doncic. The Nuggets have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. James, outside. Pass to Bridges. Here's Looney. Back to Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. Out to the right wing. Second chance effort. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Cole Anthony.
I consider Mikal Bridges a high motor player. He's always ready to turn up his energy if he thinks it will help him get the better of him.
First one falls for him. For the Nuggets, Deert Evans checked in for Clint Capella. And it's DiVincenzo in for LeBron. Bridges hits them both. Here's Snow. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. On the wing, Anthony. He shoots over DiVincenzo. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. Denver has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Denver calls timeout.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Here's Caldwell Pope. No made baskets yet. Pass to Ellis. Here's 7 a screen. Inside. Tipped. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
The Bulls trail by 4. Here's Snow. Over to the left wing. Six to shoot. Right over the D. The Nuggets have gotten 5 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Yurtseven. And he goes in for the dunk.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Chicago has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Here's Snow. And here's Holmgren. He's defended by Looney. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And you know, when you have the size and skill of a guy like Chet Holmgren, you're going to draw fouls.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
That free throw good from Holmgren.
And what you immediately notice about Chet Holmgren is his uniqueness. He's got size, but also tremendous agility. He can hit outside shots or battle down low.
Both free throws good from Holmgren.
Yeah, as you know, as Holmgren adds weight and strength year after year, he just becomes a bigger problem for opponents.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Outside, Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by Van Horn. Chicago trailing here. Here's Snow. Pass to Filipowski. Screen by Holmgren. Just 5 on the clock. For the tie. Rebound by the Nuggets. Yurtseven's got 4 rebounds now. Outside, DiVincenzo. Here's Ellis. Pass to Yurtseven. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game. And the free throw, no good. Bulls trail by 4. Filipowski, the pass to Anthony. 1:36 left in the third quarter of the game. The Nuggets have gotten 7 of 15 shots to hit in the second half. Here's Ellis. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Looney. Caldwell Pope with it. Back to Looney for 3. Drops in the 3.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
And here's Anthony. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They trail by 7. And the ball's out of bounds. It was last touched by Anthony. Jimmy Butler's checked in for the Nuggets. .54 seconds left in the third. Outside, Caldwell Pope. The 3 is up. Chicago with a rebound. Here's Snow. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. And Butler with the block. Out left to the wing. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Ellis passes to Butler. Butler! So crafty around the rim.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Anthony up top. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Denver up 9. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to shoot it. If he does, just stay down on him.
Yeah, Coach Donovan conveying the scouting report to his guys.
Knowing your opponent's plays is important. On the money right there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. On the court for the Bulls, getting the 4th quarter going. Filipowski out there with Klingon. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then it's Cole Anthony. And it's Kittles in at the 3. First free throw is good. Butler hits them both. Bulls trail by 11. Pass to Filipowski. Back to Doncic. To the inside. Stolen by Capella. Ooh, a good look from Bridges. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
A major threat from the mid-range. You can't allow Bridges to get comfortable from there.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Kittles. Here's Filipowski. Doncic is doubled. Shoots over Bridges. Doncic, good.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
The Nuggets lead by 11. Ball outside. James outside. Clock at 6. Screen by Capella from deep three-point land. Goes back up. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now. Anthony with it. And Capella picks him up defensively. Doncic against Bridges. And it's blocked by Butler. James outside. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. 4-3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Klingon's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. 1 fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
The shot by Filipowski, no good.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Ball left side. No good on the shot. Ooh, solid defense from Anthony.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Bridges outside. To the middle. Here's Capella. And a slam dunk by Capella.
Another dunk in the career of Clint Capella. And he's got a lot of them.
Here's Filipowski. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's James punching it inside. LeBron.
Good work on the block. I like when LeBron gets aggressive this close to the rim.
The Bulls trail by 13. James with the block. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Here's Van Horn. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, just a great find by Clingan. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
James outside. Screen by Bridges. Fires the three. And it's Chicago with a board.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Kittles. And the deficit down inside single digits.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Down low. Here's James. And here's Butler outside. The shot's good on the assist by James. James has got his fourth assist in this one. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Van Horn. Here's Filipowski. Here's Kittles. Another three for Chicago.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity.
I'd like to call a little attention to Ball's determination, both on and off the court. You throw a challenge at him, and he will do everything in his power to overcome it.
Now here's Doncic. Inside. Blocked! James with the ball. Oh, Butler getting aggressive.
And Butler was a raw offensive prospect early on. Now he's a wrecking ball on this end.
Pass to Kittles. Back to Doncic. Launches it from deep. Kept alive to the wing on the left. Filipowski, the pass to Kittles. Doncic right side. Stolen by Bridges. To the paint. And Ball throws it down.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Bridges against Doncic. Will it go? Tries again. That shot is off. Capella with the defensive effort. Butler surveying the floor. Pass to Bridges. Ball outside. Bridges passes to Capella. James with the ball. 4 on the clock. Ball outside. There's the three. It's hauled in by Van Horn. Van Horn's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Now Doncic. The Bulls need to get off a shot.
First, Clingan screens the defender out of the play and then capitalizes.
The Nuggets lead by 13. Pass to James. No good on the three.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Filipowski, the pass to Van Horn. And Doncic puts up a deep three. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Bridges outside. It's stolen away. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Here's Filipowski. Check by James. To the inside. Pass to Klingon. Doncic outside. Doncic is doubled. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Filipowski. The 3-ball. Second chance shot. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And this team's offensive catalyst, Doncic, puts pressure on the defense every possession.
That's good from Doncic. And the Bulls making a change here. Holmgren's checked in. Doncic hits them both. They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Butler passes to James. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got his 4th assist in this one.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
Now here's Doncic, looking to get back on track. And Doncic hammers it home.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Here's James. Oh, 2 vicious points from the King.
When LeBron decides it's his time, good luck slowing him down.
Here's Kittles, pounded by Ball. Here's Doncic. Hey, rejected by Capella. Now here's Butler. And here's Capella. Here's Ball. And there's the rejection. And he's able to get it back.
Great sell of the pump fake from Bridges. Gets him to bite and gets to the line.
Richard, how do you think you would have fared if social media was as prevalent in your younger years as it is right now?
I can tell you right now, I would not be able to sit next to you right now, B.A. That's the type of life I would have lived.
And the first one at the line is good. A different look for Denver. Your 7 comes in for Clint Capella, and Ellis is subbed in for Ball. And a change for the Bulls. Anthony's checked in. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
Here's Kittles. Shot clock at 6. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. There's 48 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. Bridges passes to Ellis. Back to Bridges. Yes, it's good. And the Nuggets lead by 15.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Here's Kittles. Pass to Anthony. Drains the triple. We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Butler. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Jimmy, it seemed like the defensive end was where this game was decided. What was the key there?
That everybody locked into the scouting report, and we had a lot of guys that could switch and guard up one-on-one, take that challenge. But I think, man, all in all, we just played incredible.
That versatility is going to pay off all season. Thanks so much, Jimmy.
Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Mikal Bridges.